The views, information, and opinions expressed during the following program are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent the views of Access Communications, its representatives, or its employees.
September 20th is Federal Election Day, and Canadian residents have the responsibility to choose the candidates who will best serve our country. All eligible voters may vote for the Member of Parliament who will represent the riding in which they live. Saskatchewan has 14 federal ridings. To find out which riding you live in, or to check if you're registered to vote, call 1-800-463-6868 or visit www.elections.ca. As a public service to the communities in the 11 ridings we serve, Access Communications has invited the officially declared federal candidates to present a campaign message for airing exclusively on Access Now TV. The views and opinions expressed in the following campaign messages are those of the candidates. Regina Wascana is located on the southeast side of Regina. Its boundaries are the 5th baseline on the south, Albert Street on the west, the CP Rail Line and Victoria Avenue on the north, and Range Road 190 on the east. Voters in Regina Wascana are eligible to elect one of the following candidates. Aaron Heidelbaugh, representing the New Democratic Party. Incumbent Michael Cram, representing the Conservative Party. Victor Lau, representing the Green Party. Sean McEachern, representing the Liberal Party. Or Mario Milanovsky, representing the People's Party. Here are the candidates who are able to present their campaign message.
Hi, I'm Aaron Heidelbaugh, and I'm the NDP candidate running in Regina Wascana, and I'm here to talk to you for a couple minutes about myself and what the party and Jagmeet have planned for you. So a little bit about myself. I grew up a little bit in Regina. I grew up a little bit in Regina Wascana. I went to university at the U of R and completed my education in Lethbridge. I have 2 boys, Liam and Lennon, and they're 15 and 11. And one of the biggest reasons I got involved in politics was because of them. My boys both have neurodiverse needs and mental health issues. And those translated into a lot of years of fighting and finding the right diagnoses and the right medications for them. One of my biggest goals running for the NDP is getting universal health care for everyone. And that includes physical, mental, dental, vision, and pharmacare. There's absolutely no reason in a country as wealthy as Canada that folks have to choose between paying their rent and paying for their medication. With the NDP's platform and our plan, people will be buying their medication with their health card rather than their credit card. Another thing that I believe very strongly in is allowing people to have money. We know, given the pandemic, that when folks have money, they're spending their money. And so the NDP believes in guaranteeing folks a basic income. The other thing that is so close to home to me that was brought to widely attention during the pandemic is for-profit long-term care homes. And those long-term care homes are not serving our elderly people, the people who built our country. My children lost their grandmother in Regina due to COVID because she is in one of those care homes. And I think that's absolutely absurd. The children are losing their grandparents because of for-profit care homes. These are a few of the things that I believe in and a few of the reasons why I think you should vote for me on September 20th or before. Get out to those advanced polls and make sure that you stay safe during this end of the pandemic.
Hi, I'm Michael Cram, Conservative candidate for Regina Wascana. 2 years ago, I was honored to earn the trust of you, the voters, to serve as your Member of Parliament. To say that the last 2 years have been unusual would be an understatement. We have all struggled to cope as we deal with the ramifications of the COVID-19 pandemic. Unfortunately, throughout this crisis, we have also had to deal with a federal Liberal government that neglected the needs here in Saskatchewan. A Liberal government that seemed more concerned with its public image than with the public need. How can we forget the We scandal when Justin Trudeau was ready to hand over $800 million in COVID relief to his family friends? How can we forget when the Liberals sat by and watched the Regina airport and other medium-sized airports teeter on the brink of ruin? At one point, NAV Canada was even planning to shut down our air traffic control tower until our community rallied to defend it. Now, as we begin to emerge from the pandemic, the incompetence of the Trudeau government has become even more glaring. Consumer prices are climbing and businesses are struggling to restart. Even though the federal debt is over $1 trillion and still climbing, this debt load came with no plan to address the real needs of working people and small business owners. It does not have to be this way. Aaron O'Toole, my Conservative colleagues and I have a solid, responsible plan to lead an economic recovery that will be fair to Saskatchewan and all parts of the country. We have a plan to revive 1 million jobs lost to the pandemic. We will enact new anti-corruption laws to ensure that abuses of power like the We scandal never happen again. To guard against future pandemics, we will create a stronger strategic stockpile of essential products. And we will build the capacity to manufacture vaccines right here in Canada. We will do this while returning our country to prudent, common sense, but compassionate fiscal policy that will balance the budget within 10 years. Ladies and gentlemen, on September 20th, your choice is clear. You can vote for the Liberal NDP Bloc coalition that bungled the pandemic, ignored the rising cost of living, and is driving our country into unsustainable debt. Or you can vote for the Conservative plan to secure the future, rebuild our economy, tackle inflation, and put our country's finances on a sound footing. I'm Michael Cram, and on September 20th, I ask for your support.
Hi there, my name is Victor Lau. I am the nominee candidate for the Green Party of Canada, running in Regina, Wascana. The election is on September 20th. My experience is as one who serves. I convocated from the University of Regina in 1994 with a Bachelor of Arts Advanced in Social Science. I've worked at Superstore in Regina for over 31 years as a cashier. I was also a union shop steward, helping the workers and the customers create the best experience possible. I was also a full-time constituency assistant for MP Aaron Weir, the best job I ever had. I got to help constituents with their problems in areas such as taxes, immigration, you name it. In my early retirement, I created Becker Lau Consulting to continue those kind of work in advocacy. Some issues in the platform for the Green Party of Canada, of course, climate emergency. We want to do a green economic recovery and come out of COVID, creating green jobs and prosperity for everyone. We need to talk about an energy transition and go hard into renewables and phase out oil and gas as soon as possible. We also need a national transportation strategy that not only helps convert everybody's car to be running on electric, but we want to figure out how to move goods and services across this country with the lowest amount of carbon emissions. We should also talk about diet. It's a very touchy issue, but I think we've already begun to acknowledge that we cannot continue animal agriculture as is. That is the third largest amount of carbon emissions, and we need to move more towards vegetarian and/or veganism. One of my biggest issues that the Green Party is championing is the guaranteed livable income. Our students, our seniors, people with disability, ourselves, we are all under threat of not having enough income security due to lack of jobs, lack of opportunity. 50% of Canadians now are at threat of going into bankruptcy, if they're short $200 per month. This should be a national crisis. We need to tackle this. I think we have support right across the board. We're close to getting the Conservatives on board, but they need to be seen basically supporting a guaranteed income for all Canadians. Truth and reconciliation, it's a terrible time, as we've seen with the unmarked graves, thousands of children that have been found. We need to work together to move forward and build a true nation for everybody, not just have two separate groups. I think Aboriginal people need to be given a place at the table. And last but not least, one of the issues is mental health. It's good to hear that the Liberals and Conservatives are willing to fund it every year, but the Green Party wants to go further. We need to put it under the Canada Medicare Act and make sure that it has continued to be protected as a cherished program, just like our Medicare services are. Again, my name is Victor Lau. I'm the nominated candidate for the Green Party Canada in Regina, Wascana on September 20th. I hope I can earn your vote, and please get out and vote on September 20th. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Sean McEachran, the Liberal Party candidate for Regina, Wascana. I've been working in and around politics for nearly 20 years. I've worked with the Honourable Ralph Goodale in Ottawa and in Regina, and am honoured to count one of Canada's best MPs and most well-respected cabinet ministers as a mentor and a friend. I want to continue Ralph's legacy of working for Regina, Wascana and representing Saskatchewan on the national stage. Our city and our province need a strong voice in Ottawa, an informed and committed elected official in the vital meetings where decisions get made. I have called Regina, Wascana home for more than 16 years. Community and service have been integral to who I am for as long as I can remember. I've worked alongside committed volunteers and leaders at the Air Cadet League of Saskatchewan, Crime Stoppers, the Regina Airport Authority, and many other local organizations, working with people who are building strong communities through commitment and dedication. I know the importance of connecting with my neighbors and working together to make a difference. My career in public service has been based on relationships, building understanding and bridges between different ideas. I've seen the importance of strong relationships in my work in Ukraine and during my 12 years working with municipal, provincial, and federal governments of many stripes to find practical solutions to shared issues. On the doorsteps and over the phone, people are telling me they want a voice, an elected official who is committed to our community, to representing our diversity, challenges, aspirations, and potential. Regina and Saskatchewan are home to thoughtful and progressive ideals, and it's time to elect a voice that is focused on a future not just for our benefit, but one that solidifies a safe and prosperous home for the next generations where they can live with dignity and hope. I know that our day-to-day lives are affected by decisions made in Ottawa, and a re-elected Liberal government will implement a $10 a day early learning and childcare program to support working parents and make life more affordable for families. We will establish a fully funded Canada Water Agency in 2022. As the representative for Regina, Wascana, I will support the proposal to submit and locate the agency in Regina. And we will support our seniors by improving the quality and availability of long-term care homes and beds. We have all learned so much over the past 18 months as we lived through this pandemic about the role of government being there for individuals and businesses who need someone to have their backs during their most difficult moments. We have learned about the need to do better by our seniors and for our healthcare system, and we need to make critical public health decisions based on leading science and compassion for our community. And to get to that future, we need to be in the room where decisions are made, and that means having a Liberal MP duly elected once again to speak for Regina, Wascana. This is an important election, and I'm asking for your vote. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Mario Milanowski, Regina, Wascana candidate for People's Party of Canada. In this election, you have several choices to vote for a globalist and police state, but only one to protect our sovereignty and freedoms. Vote People's Party of Canada.
Election Day is Monday, September 20th. Most eligible voters are already registered in the National Register of Electors. All registered voters will receive a voter information card. It will tell you where and when to vote. To check if you are registered, use the online voter registration service on the Elections Canada website. If you are unable to vote on Election Day, advance polls will be held on September 10th through the 13th. Your voter information card tells you the address of your advance polling place. If you find it more convenient, you can apply to vote at one of 500 Elections Canada offices or vote by mail before Tuesday, September 14th at 6 p.m. For more information, call 1-800-463-6868 or visit www.elections.ca.